y'all. Happy Monday. Different day today. We want to finish up Kennedy this week before she goes on tour. So we wanted to bring her back today. So thank you all for joining us on a not so regular day. How was you all's weekend? How was you all's day? What did you do? Let's bring on my co-host. And hi.
Hi,
Where are you?
I'm at home.
Oh, you're not in front of the light. That's you're not in front of your window.
I was gonna be late if I would have done too much, so I didn't have time.
Oh, here we go.
I just
You
got
gonna
in.
be
No, I just got in, so I was like, let me just
wait, so you
stop.
just got in from work after you told me way at 12, 10 o'clock you was leaving work?
I ended up having to go back, so it's a long story.
You're
But
gonna
yeah,
have to slow down.
yeah, agreed.
I watched you this weekend run like a chicken with his head cut off, and it was kind of disturbing. Um, it was kind of disturbing because it was like you got no sleep. You every time you said I'm going home to take a nap, you couldn't do that. I'm going home to change, you couldn't do that. You but I gotta go support. I gotta go out. Then you had your show on Sunday. Like this is too much. Speaking of this weekend, y'all. So Wendell is here. I was so honored and so fortunate to be booked down at Miss Texas, first time ever at Miss Texas, and I had an amazing time. Let me tell you something about that Texas. They know how to drag y'all. They know how to put on a pageant. So I was a little nervous because I didn't know like what to expect. But shouts out to all the Texans and all the people that from the surrounding areas of those people that came in that showed so much love and bought me jewelry sets and just did all this stuff. Y'all are the tea. Um, uh, of
Thank
course.
you for coming. Thank you for
Oh,
coming.
no, thank you for having me. Like, it was definitely good. Okay, guys, so we are aware that we need a microphone the next go round.
Well, we had a
that is,
microphone.
that
It
is,
did not
it's
have the
neither. So
adapter.
here's the thing we had a microphone, but it did not uh, connect to the phone we were using. Well, guess whose phone it did connect to? It would have been able to connect to mine. So that's our fault. But next time we are there, I'm there. Hopefully, I won't be able to do Mr. Texas, but hopefully I'll be back for Miss Texas at large and Miss Texas at large. We will have a microphone so y'all can hear because those people that were talking, the ones that y'all couldn't hear, they were having some great conversation. I enjoy, the backstage. And I think it's something different to bring to pageantry to see what happens backstage and how the contestants are and stuff like that. Real quick, shouts out to Flame. Hey, next Monday, guys, it's her black party. She's on right now. Get your tickets. It is the Battle of the Schools. So I believe there is Erica Christian, um, Nicole Love Dupree and Giselle Borborier will be battling it out. I guess lip sync. I don't know if they're doing the same song or not. Maybe Flame will tell us in the comments. But that is going to be something interesting to see. I hate that I am missing it, but it's my family reunion this weekend. And my little nephew is sick. He got his first flu. My sister called me today and was like, "Your nephew's sick," so definitely going home for that. But shouts out to Flame, always supporting us, so we definitely will give that in return. Tickets are on her site, I believe it is. If you need her Facebook, go to her Facebook and ask her how you get tickets. But go to her black party. It is a black party. I'm more than sure she's not going to turn you away if you don't wear black. But try to stay in theme. And it
You
is
should be in the
after.
theme. Try and be in
Yeah,
the
try to stay in
theme.
theme. But it is after the Monday night's contest. So shouts out to Flame, shouts out to Miss War. I enjoyed her, your backstage coordinator. She wasn't playing.
Oh, she
She
does
was not
not play.
playing. And so we love people like that. But so this weekend was this week was Miss Texas. Friday concluded that, and we have a winner. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the winner of all categories is a young lady, Giselle Barbie Royale. So yeah, we have a winner. We had a winner before 11:15 p.m.
Before 11:15 p.m. I mean, and here's the thing, not that even if it would have went later, it was still enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
still was ran. You had your commentary. Shouts out to the MCs, Collectives, Tressa and Chevelle.
Tersa and
Tersa, I'm
Chevelle.
sorry, Tersa, Matthews and Chevelle. It still ran. Listen, those women were putting on beaded French, feather coats just to do Rihanna. So shouts out to the Texas drag. But again, yes, congratulations to Giselle. She is Miss Texas. And so what happens from here with that?
So Giselle, and shout out to Mulan, first runner up, first alternate, as well as the Stassi, second runner up. But Mulan and Giselle were both advanced to Miss Gay US of A. This was the first prelim. So Texas is the first prelim to Miss US of A and Miss US of A at large. So both of those are the very first. In other words, they have a whole 9 to 10 months to prepare for the next for the national. So they start working. Giselle started working that night. Her first
Yeah.
booking was after on yesterday. She had three. She had to work at brunch at Boheme, then the show at Play Texas All Stars, then back at South Beach. So she gets to work like so she'll be all over Texas. Like when you're Miss Texas, when you're part of Texas Joseph, they work you in every city to ensure that they get you the monies that you need to show up at national the way you want to show up. So
And so, provided that she goes to Miss US of A and she is victorious, she will be the number what to be both.
she'll be the ninth to win while being Miss Texas, and she'll be the 14th Miss Texas to win US of A, period.
Okay. So that is history being made. She is
And she was the
original.
first, not that it means anything, but Giselle was the first Black American to win Miss Texas in 11 years.
Well, that does
Adicia
mean
Munn was
something.
the
That means a
last one.
lot. I mean, that
Yeah.
definitely means a lot. So that definitely we won't diminish that. But that does mean a lot. To be there and to see it is one thing opposed to being online. So sitting there and seeing how comparative gown and then the talents and those girls with the hair. I kept saying, are those big ponytails a requirement? Because it's like everyone had them. They were not to be played with. I definitely want me one.
And wait,
And
I do want to just
go ahead.
quickly talk about the point that has pointed all over the world. The point was not her being arrogant in any way. And Stacy actually made a post, and she even explained it further that she was asking Giselle because it was her first time doing Texas US of A, and so she had never done comparative evening gown, and she was number one. So she was asking Giselle, do we walk off stage or do we come back to our spot? And as Giselle was answering her, Alexis called her name. So she didn't get a chance to hear Giselle. So when Alexis called Giselle to come up, she was pointing because Stassi was getting ready to walk off the stage. And she was letting her know, no, come back to your spot. So although people, it may have, I understand how it looked, but the reality is she was actually being helpful because Stassi asked her a question and she didn't
And
get a
that's
chance
and
to answer.
that's what you do. Stassi is young and she's
Yeah.
I will just use the word a little inexperienced than most, and
Mhm.
Giselle is what we consider veteran. So I
Yeah.
think that we don't have to always turn the negative into something. I mean, of course,
It
it
was
could have been a
funny.
little, it could have been a little, but at the same time, she was being helpful. And if you knew the story, like you just explained, clarity is always good.
Yeah. But it was
Perception is
funny and I
always,
get it. It's okay
yeah.
for a couple of giggles, but let's not run it in the ground.
Right, right. And so yeah, so that's just that. So yeah, and then also this weekend was Royal out in Memphis last night. So shouts out to those winners.
All right, Katrina.
I'm not really sure who the newcomer winners were, but of course the hurricane is hurricane season. So shouts out to Katrina Davenport Dupree for
Shout out
winning.
to Katrina.
Yeah. She wanted me to let y'all know this was the pageant that she was doing. So stop trying to put her in anything else. So she got her ticket last night to be able to just sit out for another year or whatever she wants to do. She wanted
Has
to.
she done the prelim to where she's going though? She already did that.
Well, she's not going anywhere. I think that's what I'm saying. People
Oh,
were trying to.
everyone thought she was going. Okay,
Yeah.
got
So
it.
she's not doing. I mean, and then they're over. Tonight is the last prelim, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's in Chicago. So shouts out to those who ever showed up in Chicago. And of course, we do have coming up this week Continental, Mr. Miss. So shouts
Labor
out
Day
to everyone that's
weekend.
going up there. Stefan, St. James, Exotic Lord, Isaiah Hilton, of course. and so many more. Of course, Jasmine Bonet and so many others that are going. Serenity,
Najee, yeah.
Najee. So yeah, Darnell Brooks, of course, my baby Gabriel, he's going.
Oh
No,
yeah,
he's going to
Darnell
Universe. I'm
is
sorry,
going.
he's not. He's going to Universe. That's something else. We'll come back to that in October. But yeah, so shouts out to all of those people that are going. And of course, Duval Plus is coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm sad we had our last phone conference last night, and
Oh.
oh
Are you
God,
sad?
I am definitely sad, but it's a good sad because I'm ready to see who I'll crown. And then also full focus into peoples. Shouts out to the peoples. And so yeah, but I am a little sad. Duval treated me, oh my God, the best reign I've ever had thus far. And so Rick was amazing. And then so any plus girls that are on tonight and you are competing or interested in competing, any plus girls that may be interested, we have another early entry fee of $200 that'll go the rest of the month. And then of course it'll go back to 250. So that's just a little incentive.
Go
You do
get
get a
y'all
gown.
D. Don't tell me
Huh?
said that. Go get y'all D.
Go get your go get your D. Of course, you know, if you win, you get the $1,500. You get the bookings throughout the year. You get $100 for the best dress at registration. That'll be voted on by the performers that are present.
Oh
If you do
wow.
win, you get a makeup caboodle sponsored by Beverly Iman. You get a
Oh,
gown costume sponsored by LeBling. You get a microdermabrasion free by Shay Chanel out of Atlanta. And I have one more thing I'm working on for the winner. So I'm looking forward to those girls showing up that have paid the early entry fee, and then the ones I know that are coming and still
well,
trying
let
to
me
get
get with some of y'all so we can get a caboodle and stuff around here.
a caboodle. Yes. Other than that, nothing else I have to announce. You have anything else before we bring on our guest?
Well, other than this week is the Labor Day Classic here in Houston, Texas. Texas Southern University will be taking on the Panthers of Prairie View A&M because they had to be adopted by Texas A&M. So if you're in the Texas area, make sure you come around Houston and represent. And then hopefully I will be in Chicago, but not on Saturday, unfortunately. But I'm trying to be there for Monday. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And so we went to the Battle of Bands this weekend, y'all. You know, what did Giselle say? That's very what of y'all?
she said that's very collegiate of y'all.
So shouts out to the bands. Texas Southern was very good. Jackson, of course, A&M was there. So we had a good time just being
The divas were
reminiscent
good.
of college days. So yeah, last week we had a great interview with Kennedy Davenport. It lasted 2 hours and some change. Unfortunately, there were so many, not so many, but there were topics that we just weren't able to hit in the time frame, and that typically happens. And I definitely wanted to give her the opportunity to come back, but I did not want to wait months because we kind of are booked out, but I didn't want to wait months and then the story just gets. I wanted to bring her back immediately, so that's why we are back on a Monday. Plus, Miss Mama is going to be all over the world the next couple of months.
And don't forget, tomorrow we have Zane Darling.
Yes, we do have Janae Dollins. Ironically, the week before Continental is her first year back. So tune in tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 with Janae. But I wanted to bring Kennedy back and talk to her just for a little brief, maybe about an hour, just to finish up her conversation because she deserves that. So let's bring her on. She is ready to go.
I'm on the interview right now.
Ah!
Oh, I didn't even know I was on.
You had to give orders.
I did. I
Okay.
did. Hey,
Welcome back.
thank you. I've been waiting.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. So first of all, how's your week been since I last talked to you?
Week has been good and productive. I just had my last show at Marty's live with the Sophisticated Saturdays. Before I leave because this weekend is my family reunion, and then I come home Sunday, and I'm off to Vegas on Monday.
Okay. And you'll be
busy,
gone there
busy,
for a
busy,
couple of months,
busy.
you said?
Yeah, I'll be gone for a couple of. Hopefully, I can stay gone for a little bit, and where the money can really count. But like it's hard, like when you go just for a couple of months, because I'm booked and I work there. So if I'm booked out, I come back and go straight to work. I don't play. Ain't no
Okay.
taking off.
So
We
we
know
were
you
able to see
don't.
you this Friday, and you are a former Miss US of A, but you're also the promoter of Miss US of A. So how did you
Mhm.
enjoy Miss Texas?
Miss Texas was absolutely great. Like since Jerry's passing, um, Scott and I have really been um, um, how can we say we've really been content with the quality over quantity because it was a fierce competition, and all nine girls were absolutely great. And so it was great to see competition. It was great to see family and friends in Texas, and it was also great to see the work of Texas Collective.
Mhm. Great. Okay. One word of advice you would give to Giselle as well as Mulan as they enter into preparation for Miss Gay US of A.
I would tell both of them to keep their eyes on the prize, and preparation is key, and spare no expense. If you plan right, then you won't even see the money. Like when I won, I can't even tell you how much money I spent because it wasn't a loss. You spend a couple of $100. You'll spend a couple of $100 on gas before you know it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So you just plan and follow through, execute and deliver. And which I know both of them will. So next year will be sickening
Okay.
with
All
Texas
right.
with Texas along and the other prelims coming. It's going to be a great competition.
All right. All right. That's word of advice from a former Miss Gay US of A. So let's jump right in. So since last week, I have gotten, and I want to be accurate with this number, uh,
Okay.
one, two, three, four, five, six inboxes about
Oh
your
wow.
conversation last week. All of them
Okay.
around the same lines of how much you are inspiration, how much your story helped them. One particular person literally said, I was watching the interview in past time. So I'm assuming he was watching it after we went live. I was watching the interview in past time and I was literally about to take my life. I was dealing with so much addiction. I was dealing with so much hurt. But tuning in, he watched it on YouTube, so he didn't watch it live. Tuning in helped me realize that there are other people that have dealt with this same issue that I've dealt with. Thank you for having Kennedy on. I don't know you. I don't even know her like that. I've seen her in Vegas and, of course, watched her on RuPaul's Drag Race. But this is something that helped me tonight. Thank you again. And he said, much, I think I guess he meant to say much love. So when you get those type of, or when you hear those type of messages, and then you got them yourself, what does that do to you?
That just solidifies my purpose, and I have gotten them since my career started. It just makes my heart heavy. Ooh, um, it just solidifies my purpose. People don't understand like your true like the true calling of a drag entertainer. Is so many young kids out there that look up to us. So we, whether you like it or not, we are leaders in our community and abroad. We can reach people that your normal pastor can't even reach.
Mhm.
And I have been blessed to share my gift with the world, and I do mean the world, like across the world. I've had all different type of kinds of those messages, even over in the UK and London and all those places. So people have to understand that you're not living this life just for you. It's somebody out there really, really watching you and really needing you to survive. And that song is very, very true. We need each other to survive.
Okay, gotcha. So I talked to someone today that you wanted to talk about last week. I talk to her all the time, my auntie slash sis, and her name is
Mhm.
Aja. Tell us about the relationship that you have and what she means to you.
Aja is a genuine soul. It, she's a realist like myself. So if you're on a good side, you're on the good side. If she ain't gonna, you don't fuck with her, she ain't gonna fuck with you, and that's
Right.
that.
Right.
I was in a time in my career in my life where I was living in Florida where I really still don't know I mean I don't want to say that I was just talented and people didn't like me, but I really didn't understand why I wasn't liked very well in Florida, and it was a lot of reasons, but mainly it was because I was new and I was talented and I was trying to get in where I could fit in. But she was one that when I was booked in Jacksonville, and you know, I knew of her, but we just kind of connected because of our family ties. Um, and she and Natalia, she's another one, Natalia, that I mean, soon as they knew I was in town, they took good care of me. Um, that's how that I met Aja through Natalia. So it was just a family affair, and one of these particular nights we was booked and full, and just ending our night, and I was staying at her house, and we were just talking and talking about drag and all this, and she was one of the people that I shared my dreams with,
Mhm.
and I wanted to be Miss Gay US of A. I mean, I just wanted my name to be out there. I was determined, and she shared with me her dreams as wanting to be Miss Continental. She was gonna follow in her mama's footsteps, and like those kind of conversations, you're speaking into the universe and don't even know it, and everything that we talked about, even with Natalia, everything that we talked that I talked to her about came came to the forefront and came to life. And I always hold that true to my heart because she was one that listened to me and that encouraged me, along with Natasha Richards and a few people that I was able to, like, I'm the ambitious young queen. I want this, I want that, I want to be this, I want to be that, and it was that kind of conversation. And I got nothing but, and you will be that, and yeah, it will happen for you. Like I was surrounded by people who um that poured into me just as much as I was focused on pouring into them in our relationship. So Aja played a very important part in my life and still do to this day. I love her to death.
All right. Shouts out to Aja. She is getting ready for something big. So she's been a little MIA for a minute, but we can't wait till she announces that and comes back out. I have a
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Ask Kennedy, is she in a relationship? Open to a relationship? What is her type? How can one date her? Y'all got to learn how to spell in these things when y'all do it. So basically, are you in a relationship?
Oh, and can I just say that nobody has ever even expressed interest in me? So I am not in a
Really?
relationship. Yeah, no, for real.
We'll get to that.
Um,
But go ahead.
yeah. I am not in a relationship. And what was the question? The next part.
Is she in a relationship? Are you open to a relationship?
I am open to having a relationship, but I can say this: as much as I've been through in relationships, I'm becoming more disinterested. Like it would have to take somebody of the opposite of what I have dated, and really somebody that is, you know, very independent, got their own thing going, and can't get caught up under the Kennedy umbrella.
Hmm.
Do you have a type? Is the third part.
Like I said last time, I'm pretty much a pansexual. Um, I love women, but it's like this. She would have to be total. She either have to be total like feminine, or or I can't do, like, I don't. I'm not interested in studs. I am very interested. I love trans men, and I like gay men. Um, I have dated a trans woman before in my younger years, and I still love her to this day. That was, and she still loved me too, even though she got her old husband and stuff. You remember Jada Wendell?
I remember Jada.
Jada Iman
she made
Brooks.
me she made me smile to this day. Um, Yeah, but I my type. I mean, I like people who are authentically themselves and that care about who they are from their appearance to and make sure they really have something going on for themselves. I can't those days of sorry ass and I uh
Talk about
you know what I'm
it.
saying? Sorry asses, don't want to, and some things are unintentional. Like you are complacent and don't even know it, and you content with it. No, I can't do those things no more. And I can't help a man grow up no more.
Now, I heard you say something earlier. You said I've never had anyone show interest in me. Well, that's impossible because you've been in relationships, right?
It was all because of me. It was all because like I pursued them.
Oh,
Like I never followed through on a relationship because somebody said, "Hey, I would like to get to know you." That of course, that I was attracted to. Like in my younger years, I had sugar daddies trying to come on to me, but like my best friend said, would just like get me up under his wing and be like, "Hell no," you know what I'm saying? But no, not no one, no, nobody has really like showed interest or even like inboxed me or nothing like that.
Do you think that they may have been intimidated because of your energy, your talent? You were always on stage, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it takes a special person to be with me and to be able to handle what's going on in my life. Like I don't come by myself. It would be different
Yeah.
if you know and and my family is not my baggage. It's just that's the package. I have a sister that's special needs that I take care of. And I take care of my mom. I take care of my family. So when it's more to me, and you have to be willing to accept that and become a part of family and be a family person yourself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a lot that comes with me, and I'm proud of that because I'm
Yeah.
established and I know how to balance my relationships. I know how to balance my career, and I'm a good ass person when it comes to relationships. I know how to treat my partner, and we all have our hiccups. I'm not perfect, and I let that be known at the forefront. I'm not perfect. you know just mean what you say and say what you mean, and in all aspects of a Virgo, I have those characteristics, even though I'm not into astrology and stuff. But there are qualities that I do possess, and I'm gonna keep you to your word, and I'm gonna call you out on your shit. I expect a person to be who they are and do what you say and say what you're gonna make. What I'm talking about.
do you ever find yourself more times than none being attracted by those that just want to be with you because you are Kennedy? Has,
Um, as far as my relationships, no.
okay.
I've never like I'm a very good person of character and I have a good spirit of discernment. So I know if somebody just into Kennedy and not Ruben. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? But they're very close, you know. But I keep Kennedy like at just like in Vegas. All of my drag is at work. And I go to work, get in drag there, do my job, get out of drag there, and come home. So it's same thing. Even though my living room is my closet, basically, I don't get in drag unless I'm working, and that's that. But it's a business. Kennedy Davenport is a 24-hour business, and that's how I treat it.
Now, are you open to dating, getting to know, in a relationship with a person that is also big in drag?
I am. I
Okay.
don't. I don't. Yeah. I'm a no respected person. I respect the if a person is already established and doing drag, they don't have nothing to do with me. I'm just here to support you. I'm here to encourage you and to help you be your very best, just like you are here to help me continue to help me be my very best.
Okay. Gotcha. So while we're on that, let's play the game where we get to know you a little bit better. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is well, blue. It's blue. Kennedy likes fuchsia. But I always like my wardrobe when I'm traveling and stuff is black and gray. Blacks and grays and
Because you can
but
match it with stuff. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and it seems that like black and grays is the most comfortable thing to wear, but I love blue.
Okay. What's your favorite holiday to celebrate besides your birthday?
Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. It's a family holiday, and it's an opportunity for us all to gather to set our differences aside, gather together in fellowship and love, and not think about what we got going on personally, but to come together, eat and fellowship. And I love to cook, so Thanksgiving is my day.
Okay. So speaking of cooking, what's the one thing that you know you are best at cooking? No matter who
My
they line up, yours is gonna be the best.
my fried chicken and my collard greens.
I can definitely attest to the chicken. Yes, it's delicious. It was good. I wasn't even supposed to be eating on meat, but yeah, definitely
Okay.
that. But what is on the flip side? What is your favorite food to eat? What can you eat every day if you had to?
It'll probably be a piece of chicken.
Okay.
That's my family is a chicken family. Like we'll go get a box of chicken in a minute. We don't fry it. We'll go get a box of chicken. Even when I was a kid, when churches had that old recipe.
Oh,
Um, yeah, but yeah, probably a piece of
okay.
chicken for sure.
Favorite movie of all time?
It's so many. I know Damien watching. Uh, of all time, I only had. Oh my God, I have
Something
more
you
than
can put
one.
on and just watch over and over. If it comes on TV, you don't mind. You will just keep watching it over and over again if you have to.
Movie wise, it would probably be The Color Purple.
Hmm.
But I fell in love with this movie called City of Angels.
Hmm. Okay.
And because it was a love story, and my heart has always been big, and but being in these relationships has really like dimmed the light of the possibility of ever being in love or loving again, and I just choose not to at the moment. But at that time, City of Angel, I mean, I just cried, and I had my Damien fall in love with it, my best friend, and it was just one of those movies where unconditional love always wins. De- Through death, through you part, it
Yeah.
always wins.
All right. Speaking of unconditional love, Oz just popped in. Shouts out to Oz. We just talked about you earlier, girl.
Okay, love.
Hey,
You
Kayla.
missed it, Papa.
She'll go back and watch it. Um, season. Which one do you prefer over all the others?
Who?
Season. Which season do you prefer over all the others?
Oh, I think fall. I guess because it gives you a little bit of everything. Some days can be so beautiful because I mean you have the different color trees, a different color leaves on the tree. Um, I mean you have some cool days and you have some days where it's not hot, it's not cold, it's just perfect. And
Okay.
those days where you could just sit out and just enjoy the beauty.
If you could relive or live in a different decade besides the one we're in now, which would it be?
Oh, you said relive?
You can relive or live in one that you were not living in.
I wouldn't. I'm okay. I get the 70s before the 80s pandemic.
What you say? You
You know
don't
what
want,
I
you ain't
mean?
trying to go back.
He said,
No,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
good. And I mean, the time where people were living free and really unapologetic, and the 70s, the wildflower season, the era of the wildflowers, and peace and love and all of that. Those were beautiful moments, but I don't think I could. Mm-mm. I like being an 80s baby.
Okay. Gotcha. Uh, if you could be best friends with any celebrity, who would he or she be?
Ooh, best friend. I have more than one. I just can't give you just
Yeah,
one.
go ahead.
Um, Jennifer Lewis,
Mhm.
um, Lexi, the gospel artist and comedian,
Mhm.
and it was one more. It'd be people that I'm already good friends with. Thea Austin, rhythm is a dancer. She is everything, baby. I love her to death. That other one, it'll come to me, but yeah, those two. Oh, some more,
Some
because
more.
I know
Okay.
her, but yeah, I know her, but she be so busy and stuff. But um, if we were closer, it would be the team because
Okay.
she's a real one.
You're known for your style of dancing and your creativity. So any, if you were able to pick any artist living or no longer living to be on tour with and dance, who would he or she be?
Um, Janet,
Mhm.
um, Lizzo. Uh, I have to say I appreciate the fact that Miley Cyrus wanted me to dance with her that year. That all the drag queens was dancing with her at the awards. She asked for me. Um, I always wanted to dance with Lisa
Hmm.
because I do her music, and probably Crystal Waters. All of the dancing queen, the dance, the house and dancing queens. Um, Crystal Waters, Don Tallman, Vanessa Mitchell, Living Joy. Like, I would love to be in how in the videos where they just have the shadow of the person dancing. I always
Yes.
wanted to be, I always wanted to be one of them just twirling, honey.
Somebody said you'll be dancing for MC Hammer.
Fuck you,
Okay, goodness. What are three things you know that you can work on about yourself?
Three things that I can work on. Um, hmm. I'm always a work in progress, so I still have to work on saying no, which is really, really, it has really gotten much easier because if I don't have it, I just don't have it. You know what I'm saying? And so, or if I don't have it to spare, I usually still spare it.
Mhm.
You know, um, um, I'm always working on me. I'm
Okay.
always working on me because I know I'm not perfect. And so I think it's just overall, just me being a better person, um, not just for me, but continuously for my family and my friends and my people, people around me. Um, and just, paying, that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve, Kennedy wise, my biggest pet peeve is drunk fans.
Oh,
It's drunk fans, drunk people, and um, yeah, because they don't understand what they're doing to you at that time. And they want your attention, and I can be the nicest, and I'm still very cordial, but you're not understanding that you spitting in my face
Mm.
and that you are invading my, you are
I,
invading my space.
yeah.
So my biggest pet peeve would definitely be a drunk.
Okay. What is something that you can think of immediately that makes you cry?
Hurt people.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like people like I think I have a touch of being an empath. That's how
Mm.
you say it.
Hmm.
And I just don't want people hurt. You know what I'm saying? And we are not, and I understand that we are not exempt because Jesus experienced the greatest hurt. So we are not exempt from the weight of the world.
Hmm.
But the hurting of his people.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
Broken
Um,
hearts.
in today's climate, if you could change anything about the world, what we're dealing with, what would it be?
The president. Shit. Oh
Okay.
God. Oh my God. If anything, the president Jesus. But I really and I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
If it wasn't for I mean, there would be no purpose. There would be no purpose for Jesus if we didn't have some type of trials and tribulations and the heartaches of the world.
Okay.
If we can't experience the true love and presence and peace of him if we didn't have those type of things going on in the world today. And I hate that we have to do it and we going through it and stuff, but I don't want to change anything. I wouldn't change anything because God is a changer.
Hmm.
He
Okay.
fixes everything
Gotcha.
and things happen for a reason.
Okay. Let's talk about your time as a daddy's angel.
Oh, okay. Those are wonderful times. Like, oh my God. I was still just getting my feet wet and I was on my way out the door of the military if I hadn't left already. Auditions came up and I was the only one that showed up for the audition. And I still got up there, did my thing, and I was immediately hired. That's when I got to know Eugene, who was Sheena Divine at the time. Um, my mom, Champagne Bordeaux, who came later. April Chanel, who came later. Of course, Tiana Love and Kiara Love. Um, we just built. That was a good cast, good cast, good fucking shows, and like I mean, we rarely ever even got into it with each other. We were just there to work, to do our jobs as entertainers, and it really opened some doors for me, like sharpen my skills in hosting. I had my own nights on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
It was a it was just a great place to be at that time. And if you was a daddy's angel, you was somebody. Everybody came to the club to see us. Everybody came to the club to see the show, and it was great. And for that, all of us are this close. We don't even have to talk to each other, and it's like whenever we see each other, it's like we never left.
Mhm. Okay. And how long were you there as an angel?
I worked there until I left.
Okay.
I worked there from like 2004 or five until up until I left, until there was no more show.
Okay. So you were cemented.
Oh yeah,
Can you?
I was in good relations with the owner, and that's what people have to understand. You have to create good rapport where you work at, a good reputation. You have to have good work ethic. I can go anywhere in this world again and work anywhere.
Mhm. Okay, that's good. Ken, you got anything before I go to the next
Well,
topic?
first off, what club is that?
It was Jay's Bar in Fort Lauderdale, but it's not there anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was
it's
just
not
curious
there
when you
anymore.
said Daddy's Girls.
That's what he
Daddy's
called. That's
Angel,
what.
honey.
Yeah, yes, honey. That's what that was our name.
Okay.
The
Talk to.
DJ name was his name was DJ Big Daddy.
Oh,
Oh,
it's giving very Players Club.
that's what it's given.
Okay,
That's
well,
what I
I'm
imagine.
telling
I'm
you.
visualizing.
Well, I mean, we did have a poll. We did have
Okay.
a poll, but it was like it was predominantly lesbian,
Mhm.
and us gays trickled in, us Bush Queens stuff trickled in, but it was the place to be on a Saturday night,
Okay.
Friday, Saturday.
Okay. Talk to us about your time, how you were introduced, what you walked, and your journey through ballroom.
Okay, we're not okay. I was going to this club before I even found out about Club Boy in Miami. I was going to this club called Sugars,
Mhm.
and it was this little hole in the wall club where it was like a bar that was open during the day too, and the friends that it was a couple that I had became friends with that I was going to the club because his partner was security there. So,
Okay.
I would be there because nobody really knew me. So I would be in there getting my life, honey, the music. And that's where I was go-go dancing too. I used to be a go-go dancer, but my shows were more like strip strip tease versus go-go dancing because I used to really like take all my clothes off.
Oh.
Um, Oh, I did. I used to clear, but I used to clear it though because I was thin, but I
Mhm.
used to make the most money. But anyway, I was in there and like the DJ would play house music and I was just carry. I'd be dancing in there, as a little bush queen, just twirling, doing all kind of stuff, just getting my life.
Mhm.
And this guy walked up to me and introduced his introduced himself and he wanted me to be a part of his house. And he, at that time, he was the father of the House of Infinity. And that was house originated in Miami, Florida, one of the most iconic houses in Florida. And that was 2003, 2004.
Mhm.
And he was like, he introduced me, to the family, and I became a member. But they was trying to get me to Vogue Dramatics because he had seen me on the show too. So I was, then I was jumping off stuff and really carrying and dipping and all kind of stuff, doing all kind of stuff.
Right.
So they was trying to get me to learn Vogue dramatics and stuff. And I already had bad knees then, shit. So I was like, that ain't gonna work for me. I can't duck walk that long, and I can't catwalk and
Right.
all that stuff.
Right.
I can't do it. So being a part of the House of Infinity really laid the foundation for me in ballroom. That's where I got. That's where I learned most of the majority of the things that I know about ballroom, and then um, the House of Ebony came along, and I became an Ebony in 2005, and I've been in Ebony ever since.
Okay.
And I mastered Shady Runway. Um, I I was of the year multiple times doing poses, and more poses. Categories they don't even have anymore. Those were fun, fun, fun. Shady Bush Queen up in drag, Shady Runway, open to all Shady Runway. Um, I didn't really get into Best Dressed until I moved back to Dallas. But I was really, really known for um, runway and poses and my trick. I used to do multiple categories in one night. That's what I was known for. I would do categories in drag and get out and do categories as the bush queen.
Right.
you know so
Right.
those memories were fun because it was really about ballroom, and they just saw you. During that time I had set many legends down, you
Mm.
know but what warmed my heart and like made me feel so good was to finally be seen and to finally be deemed legend in best dress and runway. So I'm a double legend.
Oh,
Um,
when's the last time you
and
walked?
the last time I walked, it's been a while because I've been working in Vegas, so I wasn't able to like give. The last time I walked was the I Am Ball in New York, and I snatched best dressed there that night, and I headlined and I opened up for that ball as well.
Mm.
So to be double legend, and not only the Gulf Coast but um, the South Florida region, they all both came together to deem me.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. I did not even know that you were that, successful in ballroom. That's hot.
And yeah, I mean, and I made it a mission. I think it was like around 2022 ish when I really made it a mission to really dedicate my time, more time in ballroom, because I wanted that status, because I feel like I deserve it. Um, Being a legend is more than just walking. Is what you do within the community and the ballroom scene as a whole. That's what you know. And so it's a prestigious title for me, and I hold it dear to my heart. And I'm still active. It's just work comes before. I look at it as play. So work comes
But
before play.
yes,
But
exactly.
my leaders are well aware where I am, what I'm doing at the time, and they know when I come to storm, I'll be ready.
That's right. Okay. All right. So, what is Kennedy's take on competing against people that you call your sister? Oftentimes now we have this thing where, oh, we're just gonna let her go. I'm gonna let my sister go. I'm gonna let her get it first. I'm gonna let her compete. I'm gonna sit out. The legends and icons say back in the day they used to all line up and compete against each other, but now things are a little different because the money is not the same, and I would much rather put all the Avion made a point about we would all put all our now we put all our coins towards one person and send her, and then the next year will come up. But what do you feel about that?
Um, I think competing against yourself, and it has happened to me.
Mhm.
I'm very big on sportsmanship. I'm very big on support. And for me, I can compete against my sister and nothing will change. She can beat me and nothing will change. I can help my fellow sister, whether we are close or just somebody that I know. If they need help, I'll help them and nothing will change. Why? Because it's not going to affect the way I compete.
Okay.
Give you a whole package. It's not going to bother me because I'm that type of competitor, and actually I'm a contender.
Mhm.
So when you walk into the competition ring with that type of mentality, I I can help anybody. I don't have a problem helping anybody in giving advice and all those type of things. But what I have ran into in the past, coming up in you know competing, changes people, and they'll be your sister all the way up until you win, and not talk to you for I don't know how long, and to stop talking to you, and and that's hurtful. I don't expect people to be like me, but if you say you my sister, then be my sister unconditionally. Love me unconditionally, like I love you unconditionally.
Right.
You know, you don't even have to call me your sister, but we in this business together. I like the fact that we can come together and make a hot ass competition. That's why I came up doing the pageants in 1996, and I started competing like, 90. I graduated like 99, like 98, 99 when I started competing. And I was, so green. I wasn't really thinking about nobody competing, but those were the times where everybody who was trying to be somebody just came together and competed, and it was good sportsmanship. And I'm still in favor for that. I love it. Case in point, I can talk about me and Natasha. Um, we started competing together and against each other at Miss Gay US of A. We even did one year. We even did the same preliminary, and uh, that year we went on. I won. She got first, and she then we went on to compete at nationals, and I just made the 12, and she was top five. But we developed a relationship that can't be broken. And case in point, I called her. I hit her. I messaged her, and I was like, "I'm not gonna do MBU until you win." I said, "I want to see you win. I want to be there. I want you to be crowned because I know her journey. I know her journey. I understood it, and so um, that's where my stance was on it. And then because I was going to wait. I said I can do this and I can do that, and that'll give me time to prepare, and I can come back around the corner and do it. But as my career started to shift, and I started, um, doing things I can't be specific about as far as my career change and stuff,
Right.
but things started to adjust. And I was like, I need to do this now. And it wasn't just MBU, it's other stuff. But I was like, I need to do this now. If I'm going to do it, I need to go ahead and just either prepare, prepare to win, get my feet wet and all that stuff, do it now. And, and then, and get it over with. So, anybody with any type of feelings or morals or heart can be, it that bothered me. So I hit her up again and said, "Sister, I decided to do the pageant this year." And she gave me the biggest blessing. And that, of course, solidified my relationship with her. And she was like, "I don't understand. First of all, I don't understand why people trying to put us against each other, and that's crazy. That's weird."
Right.
And she also stated that she don't understand why everybody can't compete together. And deferring dreams and holding off your dream for somebody else and all of that. So we had that conversation, and for her to give me, I wasn't asking for the blessing, but for her to be okay with it, that meant a lot to me. Because what win or lose, that's still going to be my big sister. That's still going to be somebody that I've cherished since I met her at the flea market pageant. You know, so I can be, I'm for it, but I just hate the way competition changes people because I'm not going to change. I'm gonna always be the same person. You can talk to somebody that I've been knowing for over 20 years, and they'll tell you, Kennedy ain't changed. Ruben ain't changed. Little Ruben, Miss Ruben, whatever you want to call me, I ain't changed. And a lot of people don't live their life like that, and it's sad. It is sad. And then you have some people that'll compete and not even give a fuck about your relationship you have with them. you know, and that's even more sad. But you know what? I can't change the way people feel about me because I haven't done anything to anybody. So I can't change the way they feel. I can't change how they feel when it comes to competition. only thing I can do is continue to love them unconditionally and have, and allow their spirit to be their own hindrance because they doing it to themselves. Because you ain't
Do
gonna never be in love with that kind of stronghold in your life.
do you have or have you made a pact with any other entertainers? Like I have two girls that we just don't compete against each other. Have you ever made a pact, or do you have some other entertainers you're like, no, I just will never do go against her?
Um, I never made a pact, but I have said I have set out. I can't remember exactly, but I do remember like saying I'm not gonna do it because I want them to win.
Okay, gotcha,
I
gotcha.
have done that, and
And,
and I have helped, and I have helped.
right.
I rather have, I mean, I got enough going on. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I
yeah.
choose to do music. I like being a place in my career where I don't need the pageant. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that winning to pay this bill, or I don't need the validation of a crown and all of
Mhm.
that. I like this phase in my life to where I can sit back and be like, "Oh, I can wait till next year. Maybe I want to help. But you know who helped me? Tiana helped me because to think that way because we competed against each other a lot in Florida. But we did,
What?
bitch. You win, I give you something. If I win, I give you something. Which we used to get in the pageant so we could help
Together,
each
and
other
then y'all
out.
get first and win and split the money. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Shoot, because we double team and that's how we see it, bitch. Let's double team this thing.
Right.
Get him
Well,
a
that's good.
show.
That's good. Talk to us about your relationship with Daisha. I know that she's important to you.
Um, that lady, I mean, Deja is my heart. And I don't y'all don't even call it that's my mama. Um, she's my heart because she listened to me and without hesitation, she she was just there.
Mhm.
No questions asked. I met her doing Miss Gay Black US of A, and from there, it's like it was an instant connect,
Mhm.
and where I was unable to share my life goals and dreams with at during that time with my mother, Calexis. That's where Deja came in at.
Mhm.
And that's where, because my mom was still stuck on, I don't want you to do drag, and I don't really want to hear too much about it. We
Right.
ain't friends like that, and that's that, you
Mhm.
know. So she was the ear of to my passion and my heart, and she to know you have to get to know her to know how she is, how she operates. She's very quick because she's from New York, so her answers and everything is real quick. But I mean, she makes a lot of sense, and we connected because her story is her story, but just from me looking from the outside in, we connected because her wantingness to be accepted in her community as well. And it started in New York. And to be her fight to be one of the it girls, and although she was cast with the it girls at the time at Esquilita, it was still a struggle for her,
Right.
you know. And I believe, she was just in her head and not 100% confident in what she was already delivering. So
Gotcha.
she really wanted to be Miss Black Universe. Oh my God. Y'all just don't know how like passionate she was about being Miss Black Universe and like her journey. I was there. I was there to witness it. And we share a lot of common goals and dreams when it comes to pageantry. And to see her from there to now is like it's it's wonderful to see, and I still believe that she's still unfolding, and she's still like discovering you know her beauty and her ability and capabilities when it comes to pageantry. That's my mama, and her husband is my daddy.
I love me some Daisha. She is the funniest person. I love how she talk, her accent, her
Yeah.
slang, everything. When you said about the quick witted, she is definitely quick witted.
Oh yeah,
Shouts out to Daisha
and
Richard.
full of wisdom. Shout out to my mama. She's full of wisdom, all of that, and will give you the shirt off her back.
And that's one thing that I love about her. When her girl, like her reaction to when Morgan won was greater
Yes.
than Morgan's reaction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that goes to show
yeah,
you she's a genuine person she loves. So shouts out to Daisha. We'll have her on soon. Um,
yeah.
question from Tio. He wants this question asked to all of his people. What is the favorite promo that y'all have taken together?
I have taken so many pictures with that man. I would have to say that because I really wanted him to dig through these photos. The photo shoot when I was Miss Goddess.
Okay.
Um, it was me in all white, and I'm like reaching up, and that is my. It's very underrated, and I hope he wake it back up. But it's very underrated, and it was short lived, and that was a very good passenger system, awesome promoter to even be a part of, and I hope she brings it back. But that was one of my favorites.
Okay. So Tio, provide it Tio when you can and pull it out.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, and the red dress with the huge hair, and that hair
Yes.
was actually that big, and he made it a little bit bigger. But I'm in a red form fitted dress, and I got this huge 350 hair on. Sickening.
Ooh. Okay. And you done turned it out. That when you was Miss Goddess too, or was that another title?
Yes, it was. It was. It was. It was. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. King, we're hour in. You got anything you want to ask?
I've asked all my questions before.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You knowing me this long.
Here's a question. Here's another question we have. Now
Okay.
that the world sees you as a celebrity, what is the one lesson or value you still hold onto from before the spotlight hit
To never allow that spotlight change who you are.
Hmm.
I was 17 years in this business, and I'm blessed, and a lot of these girls aren't as blessed to um, to have a firm foundation laid before the fame.
you?
Hmm.
So when the fame hit, you're already grounded. You're not easily swayed. You're not easily, to get. And you your own person. And I've always been a leader. So I ain't never been no follower. I can't even remember. You know what I'm saying? But to don't allow it to change who you are, because at the end of the day, every drag queen should be a people's queen. Every drag queen should be for the people, for your community, for your fans, drunk, high, all of that. However they present themselves, you should be that people's person. You should be very approachable. And, you say it all the time in question and answer. I'm approachable, I'm this and that, and half of them be lying. They don't even know how to
Yeah.
even carry themselves around people, around themselves and community and all that kind of stuff. They don't want to be bothered, or, they're too uppity and stuff. No,
Right.
what keeps you booked is your relationship with your community and these people that comes out to these clubs and wanted to see you and wanted to see you perform and want to spend time with you, and you not be stuck in the dressing room all night.
I
I
do have
think
a
that.
question.
Go ahead, King.
So like recently you and Bolex had the issue in Dallas where the child was stealing, right? Why do you
Hmm.
think there is this disconnect as far as the respect? now when it comes to female impersonators or male leads even on shows versus when we came out, how we was rushing to the show and it was exciting and we had all of this energy and so much respect, but now it's so little respect. Why do you think that is?
Oh, with that situation, I do believe the issue was with that person and not so much as disrespectful to me.
Hmm.
Um, because after I went live, the young man in question called me and deeply apologized and was very
That's good.
specific. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm a very forgiving person. All you have to do is communicate with me, you know. And for whatever reason you did what you did, you added me to the equation. You know what I'm saying? And when I respect my community. I respect the people around me, and I'm one of the few where I get respect in return. I've never been disrespected. I've never been in situations of my career where I've had to defend myself or fight or anything like that. So um, I really believe it just have to be the person, and I don't and I can't answer as to why there's a lack of respect when it comes to us, but at the same time we as entertainers still have to set the bar of respect. If you don't, you have to carry yourself in a certain manner. Sometimes I understand why, the legends that are still alive today treated us the way that they did because they was trying to hold on to their respect. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You couldn't be in the dressing room. That was number one. Baby, are you in the show? Oh, you can't be back here, or
Yeah.
we didn't see them until their name was called. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
bring it to the stage, Sally Duvall. We didn't see Sally until,
They called her
or
name.
we didn't
Uh,
see Jody until they called their name to come out. So it was anticipation. We didn't
mhm.
know what they was gonna be wearing. We didn't know what song they was gonna do. Now you got all these people in the dressing room. That's where it starts. That's where it starts.
They're too
You got
comfortable.
all too comfortable. You got all these people in the dressing room, or you got all these people trying to help you put on this one
It'd
shoe,
be a mini
or
party in the dressing room now.
it's a mini party in the dressing room. So now when you come out, the same people that's helping you at the bar are out in the patio because they not, there's no anticipation, there's no thrill in it for them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I feel like if us as entertainers start establishing that respect within the club, we don't even got establishing this respect don't mean being a bitch or being mean.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
just being about your business, but also knowing how to set that boundary and that standard when it comes to being an entertainer.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I hope I answered the
Oh no, you
You
definitely,
did.
definitely did. Someone asked, with you being a great cook and you loving to cook, if you could choose a chef kiss battle with anyone in the community that you know can cook, who would it be?
question. Ooh. Only because I know it will be a friendly battle. I will have to call my sister Tayana out.
Okay.
Um, because it will be like, bitch, let's do this. What you cooking, girl? Oh,
Okay.
I'm finna make this. I'm finna make that. Oh, I know what you do, and I know how you do it. So I'm finna do this. It's very that because she know how I cook, and I know how she cook, and
Okay.
she's really me. The reason why I love the way my sister cook is because she is more on a healthier side, but her the way she cooks, I mean, I love it. Like she can bake me anything. She can bake some chicken, like anything. She could put it in the oven. She makes it right.
Okay.
And but it would definitely be her. And off the top of my head, it would probably be Silky, Nutmeg.
Okay. The
Come on,
nutmeg.
bring it. Let me go on and school you.
You're so silly. So let me ask you this. I want to give you this opportunity, and if you don't, say go on, because I do have a few more questions. We had a guest on. A guest said some things, called your name. I woke up the next morning, and you was in a uproar. And
Mhm.
post was made, comments were made, things were said. Is there anything that you want to address concerning that you want to clear up, that you want to get off your chest, that you want to end tonight?
It was ended when I said it.
Okay.
As far as the issue, and you're talking about Portia,
Hmm.
and I have no. And to be clear, because I talked about it on another show, and to be clear, I still I left whatever was going on then
Okay.
there. I said what I needed to say then. We don't speak, and it's not because of me.
Okay.
And I love her, and I still love her. Ain't nothing changed. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? But our relationship, I from her end, our relationship has never been genuine.
Okay.
Because if it was genuine, then we would have been squashed this, and we would have been back to where we was.
Okay.
So I still love her, and I wish no ill wills with her. I'm looking to have a great time with her at MBU. And if we don't speak, it'll just continue to be the way it is. No love lost. And, business is business. And that's how I'm going to treat it. But I
Mhm.
still love them.
Mhm.
Ain't nothing
Does
going to change that.
does that give you anxiety or apprehension to get to have a queen come in, you as the promoter that you're close to? Does that kind of make you feel like, oh gosh, I don't want to lose sisterhood or friendship with someone that I'm close to now that I'm their boss, or I have to, put myself in a position of authority where they may not necessarily see me as? Does that kind of make you feel a way? Does that put you in a difficult space moving
No, not
forward?
at all.
Okay.
Not at all because I know what my position is. I know what my job is, and to be clear, I don't. Let me clear this up, and it don't have to necessarily. It's not pointing anything towards Portia.
Hmm.
Um, I don't expect my queen to do my job.
Hmm.
When once you win, we have a meeting with you that night, and we tell you what you are. We tell you our expectations, and part of the expectation is for you to be an administrator.
Hmm.
And because you are the one that people are going to see, it is your job as the administrator to initiate whatever whatever it is pertaining to Miss Gay US of A. That was my job
Hmm.
for 3 years. So I'm not the type of promoter the promoter that be like, who I got a queen. I ain't gotta do nothing now. No, that's not who I am. And because I'm only addressing it because I've heard it's been said, but that's not the case at all. Y'all don't know what I'm doing behind the scenes. You don't know what kind of conversations that I'm having. That's just like any promoter. You didn't know we didn't know what kind of conversations Jerry was having. You don't know what kind of conversations Jim is having with other potential candidates for being, a promoter. That's
Hmm.
none of your business.
Hmm.
So for you to sit and assume that I'm not doing nothing is ludicrous. Or I'm throwing extra weight on, you know, Miss Gay US of A has been in a crunch since the pandemic, not since he passed. Because during the pandemic, I lost half of my contestants and preliminaries. So it wasn't just because Jerry passed. It was because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So anybody that chooses to be a part of any national system or any system that has preliminaries, you have more than just a job to show up and do walks.
Hmm. Gotcha.
Lord.
You have more to do, because even if we don't tell, even if your promoter don't tell you that this is your job, you as somebody that's been in this business, you should want to do more. Let me find out what I need to do. Do I need to, is this a system that I need to be trying to find preliminaries for? That's the whole point of communicating with your promoter or with the owner of the system, so you know exactly what you need to do. Yeah, it'll be on paper, but you say, okay, but still, like it, prime example, when I was this before? I think it was before I even won Queen. I asked, "Are we trying to do preliminaries?" Oh, this was when I won. I asked Rayshawn, "Are we going to do preliminaries? Is this something that you want me to look into?" And that's the type of conversation I had with him. Because as a queen, I need to know, as an established queen, as someone who has ran, someone who has managed to delegate and carry and hold preliminaries through a pandemic.
Hmm.
That's what I need to know. So I know where I need, how I need to adjust as the queen. And every seasoned queen needs to have that frame of mind. Not just for Miss Gay USA, not just for, and even for Continental, even though they have set preliminaries, it's okay to ask.
Hmm. Hmm.
And Jerry was not big on me going out there trying to get preliminaries. He wasn't. But he was big on me keeping a relationship with them, making sure they were happy and okay.
Hmm.
But because I was out there creating relationships with people, I was able to I was able to get those preliminaries purchased and stuff, because I'm not about to just give anybody my heart. I'm not going to just give anybody something that I'm passionate about. I'm not. So
Gotcha.
I'm not a salesman. A salesman could sell anything to anybody, but I'm not gonna just give anything to. I'm not just gonna give you my heart like that. Mixed Gay USA is my heart. Any pageant that I become a part of is my heart. So every queen should feel like that. Everybody should be thinking like that, because that's what makes you a good queen. That's what puts all the extra seasonings on your career, when you thinking outside of the box of what can I do to do and be better.
Right.
So
Right.
don't think because I'm sitting back, you don't know what I'm doing as a promoter. I'm working around the clock. That's our job. That's my job. So when I get a queen, I tell my queen what I expect from her. And that's that. And I've done that since Tonica.
Gotcha. King, anything?
No, I'm glad that you put a button on it. I just really wish that people would allow people that are friends and that have had these friendships that develop into family, allow them to iron through their things the way they iron through it organically. And
Yeah.
I think that we just, as social media people, we make other people business our business so often, and that hinders those relationships also. So I just wish that people would allow relationships. If you really want people to be friendly and get back where they are, then stay out the way and let them do it. But I'm glad that you put a button on it, and I'm glad you said what you said, because it's very uncomfortable for me because I know the relationship. So thank you for that.
I mean, and it doesn't sit well with me either, especially when we're in the same space.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's nothing I can do until they are ready to have
right.
that conversation. And even then, it don't even have to be a conversation. It can just be a simple hello and bitch, what's
Move
the tea?
on. Exactly.
And we just move forward like family do.
Did you hate
And
rap
you know,
sessions? Remember, like in high school with cheerleading and dance, when they would have rap sessions, the coach want to have rap sessions. I used to be like, "Girl, that's gonna crank this mess right back up." You know, like, "Girl, let's just move on." Like,
you
I
Oh
know, it
hated
is
man.
rap sessions.
at this day and age, you have to let things be the way they are. You
Hmm.
cannot allow any situation in life drain your spirit and drain you as a person and
Yes.
all that kind of stuff. You know, so I mean, I wouldn't have never even put it on social media had it not been on social media.
Right.
And had it came to me outside of social media, we could have squashed it and nobody would ever known.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
On another note, you are a drag race girl. We talked a little bit about it last. I have a question. Are y'all
Mhm.
in, and if you can't speak on this, then that's fine. Are y'all in this type of contract that you cannot take selfies with people? I have a reason for asking, but I just want to know.
No, no,
Okay.
that's completely up to the whoever it is. That's up
Okay.
to them.
Okay.
But I'm see, I'm cut different. I'm cut different. Some drag race girls charge for selfies.
Hmm.
I'm talking about in the club, drag con, all of that. Since I've been on the show, I've never charged for a selfie.
Okay.
And I tell them all the time, even in DragCon, when they coming by, they trying to sneak a picture. I stop them and I'm like, you can come and talk to me for free. You can come and take a picture. It's free. You don't have to sneak. You know, I'm not that type. I'm not that type of queen. Because why would I want to charge you for a photo with your own phone?
How broke is that? Like, could you imagine Beyonce saying, "Well, you got to cash out me first"? Like, that is not
Yeah, you
broke.
know, and it like you have queens like charging 20, $25, $30. Yeah, it's a way to make a profit because they still be in lines ready to pay for that. But I'm not their drag race girl. First of all, I'm black, you know, so I have to treat my fan base differently because I'm trying to build
Yeah,
my fan base and hold on to
the rules
my
are
fan
different.
base.
Yes.
The rules are so different, and I'm okay with that. I'm cut from a different cloth, and I'm from a different age and time where I don't. That's unnecessary.
Okay. Gotcha.
It really is.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here. Drag race, you are in charge of picking 8 other girls to join you in an all-star of all-star cast. Who would you pick? That you know this show is gonna be hot.
That's Andre. That's on
Any
Drag
girls
Race, or
from the
just
cast. Hmm.
that was on Drag Race.
Hmm.
Who eight? I gotta pick my girls: Latrice,
Hmm.
Jasmine Masters,
Hmm.
Alexi Mateo, Coco Montrese. Everybody I know that Shangela. I'm sorry that they are all melanin just about. Um, I lost my thought.
That's
That's
5.
um, that's no that I know gonna be. It's so many. It's like almost 200 of us.
Hmm.
Let's remember
It's a family.
Roxy, Detox,
Mm.
ooh,
One more,
Alyssa.
Alyssa. Okay.
Can you give
So
Yeah,
four? What was that your next question?
no. So my next question is who gonna win?
She go with.
let me just tell you this. I have a certain respect within the drag race community, and I'll just leave that there.
Okay.
But can you
Okay.
give me four girls that
So
are not
though that's
drag?
huh?
I was asking, can she give name four girls that she would like to see on
Yeah,
Drag
that was going to be
Race?
the next question. Actually,
But
give
how
us
many were you
5.
gonna ask? Was it four?
Give us 5
Five.
girls you would like to see on Drag Race.
Layla LaRue,
Mm, good one.
TP Lords in Miami, Florida.
Okay.
My sister Tiana.
Mhm.
Um,
Two more.
I even throw Jenna Scott in there.
Okay.
Mm,
Mm, uh, Tasia.
Okay.
Tasia.
Okay. That's a good. Do
That's a
you
good one. She'll
think
be the trade on the show.
right? Should be the trade. Do you think that it's fair? Because we had a guest on that made it all the way about to the end, and the background came back, and they were eliminated. Do you think that that's fair that they made a mistake 20, 10 years ago, and it cost them this opportunity? Do you think that that's fair?
If it's that long ago, I don't think it's fair.
Mhm.
Because we make mistakes as young adults and as kids and young adults, and
Mhm.
unfortunately we have to, like my dad from a very small age, his number one sermon to me was life is about choices,
Mhm.
and you have to live with the choices that you make. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, a lot of the choices that some people, make, they still have to live with. But like, Latrice is the prime example. You know, she went to prison for appeal. You know, that wasn't prescribed to her. But she is the prime example of overcoming that.
Yeah.
So where one door closes, another one will open. So I don't think that is fair. But if your ass still getting in trouble and shit,
Yeah.
it's your fault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you still up to the same stuff 20 years later, 5 years later, then you need to check yourself. You cannot move forward in a positive light doing the same negative things that you did to get where you are. And it's not gonna work.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
people also have to understand that we're in a climate now that if you're honest on the application, it could get you
Yes.
further than you not
Yeah.
being honest and then it
Yeah.
coming
Just be
back
honest,
and
and then you
hunting
can
you.
explain the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because honestly, Drag Race is lenient to where they let certain things in if it's not gonna backfire, if they're not gonna
Yeah.
get all this, you know, public
Tarnish the
um
brand. Yeah.
yeah, to tarnish it. But if you just upfront and say, "Hey, I got this misdemeanor back in such and such and such and such," let me just let y'all know upfront what's going on. If they can help you fix it, or if they can help get around it or whatever without it
Yeah.
blowing up in their face, then they'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Um,
if it's worth it.
yeah, I know that
Oh
you
yeah.
may not. I don't know if you're able to speak on it, but there is a certain winner that has been in the tabloids a lot for their tweets and things. Does that affect? Because you said it earlier, I'm a black girl. Does that affect you all as a whole, or is that just simply an isolated situation that that person has to deal with?
That's definitely an isolated a situation, because they fortunately they don't all see us or put us in the same boat when it comes to stuff like that per
Okay.
se, because the person that you referring this to is kind of an individual,
Mhm.
and do all these things because that's what they do, you know um and it's unfortunate, it really is, because to get to know them is to know them, you know what I'm saying? And in so many aspects, um you just gotta know who you're dealing with. But I don't think it's not it's they don't look at us entirely
The same.
like that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, my part two list has been checked off. Is there anything that we didn't talk about? Anything that you want to clear up? You want to say? You want to talk about before we let you finish packing for your tour.
Excursion.
Yeah, your
Oh my
because
God,
baby, when you
y'all.
put that list out, I said, God dang, you gonna be
Yeah,
gone for a minute.
yeah. From the house. So
Yes.
like I'm literally going to Black Universe and the other pageant that I'm doing and packing for Vegas. I'm literally going to those events away
Kennedy,
from Dallas.
before you talk about anything that you want to talk about, let me ask you that. I won't reveal what you told us in private. But how do you see that working if you were to well, with you competing and you being victorious? Do you think subconsciously that that could affect you being MBU?
I don't think so at all because
Okay.
I do my homework and I
Okay.
make sure that it's okay.
Okay. All right.
And
Perfect.
with that, yeah, with that specific title is no ties or anything.
Okay.
Represent.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad that you researched and did that because I would hate,
Oh yeah,
girl. When you,
no, I asked first, and I was like, I just want to make sure, and I got the answer, and I was like, okay, because I'm not going to do it if it's going to affect either that system or MBU.
right. Okay. So anything that you want to talk about, or have we touched on it with both interviews? I mean, we did.
I really want to say that people that really don't know me in this interview is probably like the first that they've ever got to listen to my story. That it takes a village, and you have to understand that like you can't do this thinking you can do this on your own. And some parts some of your journey will be by yourself because you can't take everybody with you. But when it comes to me, I've had God sent beautiful angels in my life that are still in my life today that helped me to get to where I am. And I always recognize them from the time I began my career up until now. I can't do this on my own, and I've never been the perfect type of person to take all the credit. Even with my dancing skills and me learning how to drag dance, I took inspirations from different people and just made it my own. And those people know who they are. Um, so if you have people in your life that are helping you, that are lifting you up, and that that are giving you their back for you to step on, make sure once you step on their back and you get onto that next level, that you reach down and pick them up and bring them with you. And that has been my whole plan because I have that heart. I have that kind of heart. I remember not having anything when it came to drag. I remember only having a cat suit and maybe a gown, and that was for a long time. But look,
Yeah.
Not to mention the stuff that's already in the suitcases.
look what's in the floor,
Good Jesus.
and I give that. It's because people helped me, and it was people that poured into me mentally, and to watch even my mom Alexis. I was saying I was when I was around her, she was getting something made every week. Every week, she was in something new. Those little things. When you're walking around and you get to see these shows, newcomers, you don't know everything. Keep your mind open, always learning. When you're watching these shows, look for inspirations from these people, how they act, how they carry themselves. Some are, oh, I don't want to act like that. And then some is, oh, I want to carry myself, I want to pattern myself after that person. I've had a lot of people. I was blessed to be around all of the leading ladies in Atlanta, all of the leading ladies in Texas, all the leading ladies that come from Alabama and Louisiana. I was blessed to be around those leading ladies. So I give credit to all of those who have been a big inspiration in my life, and I'm still learning. So
Right.
know that, and for the newcomers and for even the seasoned girls, drag is evolving. So you can't be stuck in your ways, and also newcomers, you got to get your face off of social media because drag is not Instagram, drag is not Twitter, drag is not TikTok.
No.
Drag is doing the groundwork, and until your career will be short lived if you haven't done the groundwork.
Mm.
Good word.
Well, I think the nugget was just given, King.
I
What you think?
definitely agree. That was definitely a nugget.
That
Well,
was definitely
Kennedy,
a good
thank you
nugget.
so much because
Listen, two
it's been
parts, first
amazing.
to ever do it, and I'm glad that we definitely did it. You are packing up 1,000 bags. You're on your way somewhere. You're on your way to Vegas as well as MBU. Anything that we can do over here, like I said last week, make sure that you hit us up. I do have something I'm going to inbox you about. Something just really small that I would like for you to help me with. But anything that we can do on your behalf, don't hesitate to ask. If it's a flyer about a show, if it's whatever. You have
Okay.
joined the family over here with our show, and thank you for all of the conversations. Thank you for being so open, transparent, honest, and fun, emotional last week and everything. And just thank you for coming back again for part two. Um,
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me. I'm always, I am an open book. I have no, and I prove, I never, I'm always an open book, and I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I did forget to say that
okay.
Queen of Drag is coming out very, very soon. So I did get to talk about that, but it is in the works, and it will be out hopefully before the end of the year.
Mhm. So let me ask you this: you were the winner, correct?
I
Presented,
can't say.
but no, I'm saying you were presented as one of the two or four.
Yeah,
That's the final two is how it ended.
It's the final
there's a
two.
final two, me and John Julian.
Okay, okay. That's what I was trying to ask you. With that?
Yeah.
So is it going to go through the whole process, or is it just going to go through that night of you or her being announced? Do you know?
No, no, no. It's episodes.
Oh, okay,
Yes, it's episodes. It is a journey up until the competition day,
okay, okay.
And then
and
we'll find
I
out
was
who won.
and you'll find out. And I was fortunate to see some of the clips, and is going and my prayer I'm speaking it right now is that some lives be touched by all of our stories because everybody gets the opportunity to express themselves and tell their story and I believe it's a show different from any other show,
Right.
so it's definitely going to be something worth watching.
Do you know where it will be streaming?
I don't know if I was supposed to. I don't know if I can tell you
Okay.
that,
Well,
but
don't
it
tell
is.
us if you don't know. Don't tell us. We don't want to get
It's
you in
not ready
trouble.
yet.
Yeah,
That's fine.
it has.
You'll announce it, and we'll definitely announce it on here when you announce it.
Oh yeah, but and it has been picked up though. Is that it
Okay.
has been picked up, and it's just going through the fine tunings and stuff to make things perfect or whatever. But Queen of Drag is definitely going to be something to watch.
Okay, well, wishes
Well,
again. Both of your
congratulations on that.
competitions coming up. Well, wishes in Vegas. We'll hope that you get what you want out of there. US the Bay. Hopefully, you'll be calling me to do the red carpet. But yeah, I had but yeah. So thank you for everything, Kennedy, and we'll let you get back to packing up that house. Well, your bags rather, because we know that
Yes,
you have a long weekend with your family, and then you are out of there. So
yes.
thank you
Thank y'all
again,
so much.
and
I love y'all, both of y'all. I love you so much,
Love
love
and
you
you.
y'all
too.
keep.
I can't wait for a victory dinner.
Baby, baby, listen. Whenever you already know, when we get the time you invite me to something, I always got my granny say, I got a big one and a little one on the stove.
Okay, and I want that cornbread that you had in Memphis. But okay, then, all right,
Oh
all
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
Thank
yeah, yeah.
yeah. All right, thank you so much.
All right,
Bye.
thank you.
Kennedy.
All right, King. That was Kennedy. Part
That
two. You
was
made it.
good. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I hate I missed the first one, but no,
Well, it
this was
was very
amazing.
good. It was very good. But part two was good too. So we're able to
Yeah.
follow up. Again, guys, we are going to be back tomorrow with Janae Zorling. We'll talk to her for a brief second, get to know her on a different level. She is celebrating 1 year as Miss Continental on next weekend. So tune in. Again, Duval Plus, September 21, $200 early entry fee. To be presented or to be used, you have to the end of the month, which was Sunday. So get that in Cash App as well as our Zelle. And yeah, Continental people, good luck to you all. Um, and you be safe if you decide to go, which I already think I know the answer to that.
Y'all be blessed.
Bye, y'all. Thank y'all for
Bless the
tuning in. Bye.
people.